I grew up all around Baltimore because, my mom, I lived with my mom and with my younger siblings. And it was just really hard growing up because we moved around constantly. I've been to 17 different schools, before I graduate. And I mean, that just gives you an idea of, how often I would move around in Baltimore.
I think that a lot of the problems in Baltimore are because kids don't have that type of support, whether it be at home or whether it be at school.
Growing up, I never saw myself as that kid running loose on the streets, but that's what I wanted to be. My dad passed. I wasn't even one yet. I was number one. He died 2 days before my birthday. I never really had anybody to tell me, what it meant to be a man. So I was always looking for that. I was always looking for that extra oomph. So I would always see these kids every day on the same corner. The girls would walk by and say hi and everything. They had a lot of money, but mainly nobody would never want to cross them. Nobody would never do anything to, make them angry. And that's what I wanted, because in my school I never really had, respect, and that's basically what I wanted.
For a period of time, I was homeless. Me, my mom, and my brothers and sisters, all of them younger than me, we lost our home when I was about in 8th grade. And around the same time, maybe maybe 6 months later, my grandfather was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer, and it ate me up inside.
As being a young person in Baltimore, I definitely think that I had already, by the time I turned 13, I had already seen and experienced a lot of things that a lot of adults, haven't even experienced. I was able to step outside of the peer pressure and out of the temptations of the street, which is, the drugs, the violence, and really just do something positive. I always knew if I wanted to help my younger brothers and my sister and my family, I had to go to college. And to not go to college was not an option.
So often when we think about inner city kids from places like Baltimore or Detroit, we think of them as either part of the problem or as victims. But what if we could shift that lens and show that our young people can actually be the solution and can fix what's broken in so many of our neighborhoods and schools?
I mainly want to set an example, especially for those kids that I was hanging around with in the 9th grade. I want to set an example for them. I want to show them that there's a better way out. I want to show them that you still got time, to flip over, change.
I think the main thing that the intersection did for me was it gave me a voice. It gave me the opportunity to voice my opinion. And I think a lot of youth, in Baltimore, we have a voice. There's something that we want to say, but we never get the chance to say that and say it to the right people and at the right time.
Educators, you all will be an important ingredient to our success. We do not need your pity, and we do not need you to lower expectations to guarantee achievement.
I know that the intersection is really like my second family. When I need somebody to talk to, they're always there. It's no problem if I call them and really just let it all out.
But just through the program, I learned a lot about myself that, without the intersection, I probably would not have known and understood. My life has really changed and for the better. I think I am most proud of going to college and being the first person in my family to go to college.
So this last program, our students decided to focus on passing the Maryland DREAM Act. And they felt passionate about this issue because they saw it as a civil rights issue.
I helped change a Maryland law, about the DREAM Act. I helped I helped make that law pass in Maryland. A lot of people can't say they've done that.
Because somebody fought for my right to be able to get a quality education, it's about time for me to give back and fight for somebody else's right. But so that's really my reason for fighting for the Maryland Dream Act. And it was nothing greater than to find out that we passed the Maryland Dream Act 2-1. It gave me the sense that I have so much power instilled in me, and that I can really do anything.